Okay. We start with the recording now, so welcome to all of you to the virtual classroom, this good experiment. I see Peter van der Waal number 3 is now together with us, but I see that Peter has not problems anymore with the connection, so he could hear us, and that's a good thing. Peter, if you hear us, could you just click on the button with the okay. So probably the phone and the connection. So we can start now. Welcome to the virtual classroom. You are the bravest, among the bravest to use this new tool. Let's see if in the future it will be used by other people and different people. So I'm here together with Ramon, my colleague from Ernst & Young, and I'm Catherine. And
hello everybody.
At this point, I want to ask you to keep the microphone down. You see that button with the microphone in the bottom left of your screen. When you want to talk, I suggest you to click on the button of the microphone, but it's important that we just have one microphone open per time, so when you click it, I have to disable all the other microphones. So hopefully we manage to do everything in a correct way. Anyway, I just want to share with you a little bit the things that we are doing today. So the agenda, this is the morning, here we are. So I will be the moderator of this. Hopefully you can see also the screen on your computer. Here we have taken half an hour for fixing up technical things, but now everything should work. And we want to share with you some important information about how we can help you in your daily work, regarding tools that you can use, and regarding future improvements of the Eures network. So what we basically will be doing now is to go towards the presentation and see what kind of information we can share together with you. We have been asking you during this time different questions. How do you feel to be a Eures advisor? What is your role and how do you feel in your role? And we collected some questionnaires from which we got some information that you want to receive from us. So we are now trying to answer to your question and see if Catherine is able to give you a good hints for your future job. So I just share with you some of the questions that we want to discuss today. So if you have other things that you want to add, feel free to write them in the chat or ask for talking, and we will give you the microphone in order to talk. But for starting, I will talk a little bit of the Eures Saints and Eures Advisor role. So you see that I put some letters close to the questions that we want to address. So when you find EC, is because we expect the European Commission, so Eures, to discuss about that. So for the moment we skip these parts, and then we discuss them together with the representative of Commission and Catherine together with the Commission. Because then we have the Commission point of view together with Catherine's one. So if we can go directly to point number 2, it's about time management and workload. Some of you have asked how to have a better management of time, because we believe that Eures advisors, especially in this time of crisis, are overloaded with their work. So you may feel stressed about this. So I want to ask Catherine, how do you manage with the high overload? How do you manage to be able to do all the tasks that you are asked to do? Also, especially now, because we are asked to place more and more advisors across, more and more job seekers across Europe. So how do you manage that?
I think so. Hi, everybody. My name is Ann-Kathrin, and I'm a Eures advisor since a couple of years in Germany. So, first of all, I would like to find out whether you can hear me properly. So, we do this little game which W was playing with you already. Raise your hand or use whatever you want to use. Just give me a small feedback. I would like to start with that. Can you hear me properly? If yes, use your hand with a green thing. So we have 1, 2 responses, 3 so far, 4, 5, 2 more missing. Peter, problem again. And now we've got Beatrix. Beatrix, can you hear me? No answer. Beatrix, can you please press the hand with the green button? Okay. Oh, thank you. So you can hear me properly, and I will start answering the question. First of all, it's very, very important, guys, to work with priorities. What I always do is I use A, B, and C. A is the most important thing, B is quite important, and C can wait. So I always use my floor. Luckily, I have a very big floor in my office, and I also have a big table. And if you have to visualize your work, you can write down a list, preferably in a book or in a diary, and you can write the expected time frame next to your work. So first of all, it's always very, very important that you add the time which you might have or might use to find out to get the expected outcome. And second, is the outcome realistic? So will you be able to do your workload in 10 minutes? If you would work with this time frame, it would not be realistic. So to my concern, it's very important to organize the day right in the beginning, in the morning. So in Germany we start working around 8, some of them before 7. Not me, I'm the late worker. So I always start to organize my day when I come to office. And the weeks are always organized on a Monday or even on the Friday before, so that I actually know what do I expect from the next week. Always check the outcome, guys. That is very, very, very important. Of your day, of your week, of your month's work. Because then you are able to find out whether you did your work properly. And write down the things which you have not done and add them on your priority list. So this, to my concern, always is very, very important. And as I said in the beginning, use your work and add the A for very important, B for less important, and C for not important.
Can I ask you if you are using any kind of strategy for put priorities on the things you do? What is normally the way in which you work in order to accomplish all the tasks that you are asked to do by your manager? I don't know, do you have a system to put priorities? If so, just click the green button and doing like this. Is it something that you do in your normal job, or you have other things that you want to share with us? I think it's important to share if you have good practices for prioritizing, for putting priorities on what you do. Are you still there? Hello, everyone. Are you just answer our question or just show ourselves that you are over there? Okay. at least. Okay, so maybe this is something that is not new for you, but I think it's important to be aware of the fact that all the Eures advisors feel overloaded with work. It's just important to be able to solve all the problem. And can I ask you, Catherine, how do you compare with the stress of like a lot of work and a lot of things to do? Sometimes you are not able to do everything. How do you react with it?
It's always very important to be cool. Just try to enjoy your day and try to know that as a Eures advisor, a day can't be compared to the next day. So every day is in a way strange, is in a way a little bit weird, but always very many challenges. So I keep cool and I work with my list of priorities and I always organize myself in the morning, and that is for me the best way to work with stress. Be organized.
That is just a trying to do that. To be organized to priorities.
Yeah, I think that's a very good way. The more you become, or the more you get in your daily work, involved in your daily work, the more experience you will get in that, and the better you will come from day to day.
If you want, okay, listen, sound is good, the microphone still closed. Okay, Peter, we appreciate your effort. Hopefully we'll get back to soon. We started with a question regarding overload with work.
And what I would like to add is, if you start with your work, it's quite difficult to get the right time frame. So this is, again, a way of experience. I would always suggest that you have a more widened time frame in the beginning. So if you are experienced, you might have, for a certain task, only use, let's say, 10 or 15 minutes, but in the beginning, you should calculate with 30 minutes.
We have a question by Maria who said that it's important to keep some empty spaces for...
Yes. So that you always have the possibility to work on a plan B, or that you can actually work with the unexpected. That is a very, very good point. Yes.
So I suggest this. If you want to talk, just raise your hand so we'll see who is the first person who wants to talk, and we give this person the microphone. So that maybe it's better. The sound sometimes disappears. Yeah, it's because probably there is more than one microphone on. So if you just raise your hand, I give you the possibility to talk, and then we get back the microphone when you want to talk. That's the easiest way, I guess. Okay, then we can move to another question. It matters is the sound, matters in your case is also because of your connection, I see on my screen. So, can we go to number 3? So, exchange of good practices on your project. I said if it's possible because I think it's a huge argument. But maybe you want to add something regarding this, or to give participants information about how to share good practices and if you have good practices.
So this is Anne-Catherine again. For me, this question was a little bit difficult because I do not know what is a new project and what is an old one. So when I trying to find answers, I actually worked on 3 different topics. The first one is incoming. I guess that most of you guys have heard about the big incoming topic. This is actually about to organize projects with other countries and to try to find the right people to come into your country or into our country. That actually means, for instance, that Germany has a lack of qualified workers in different fields, like, for instance, engineering or the health sector or the hotel industry. And that means that we, the Eures advisors from Germany, are supposed to travel to Italy and Spain, Portugal and Greece, for instance. And it's our work to organize people who are actually looking for a job, a qualified job in Germany. Or another point could also be that we, as a Eures advisor from Germany, would travel to the mentioned countries to find some youngsters who are actually interested to find an apprenticeship in Germany. So this could be one topic, and this actually is a very, very big topic in our country, in Germany. The second point I figured out is youngsters. Youngsters are actually very different, and it's our aim to inform them about possibilities between school and apprenticeship or study. So we actually organize presentations and fairs to get to talk to the youngsters and to inform them about different possibilities. And the third one could be to organize workshops about how to apply in different countries. Because I think that you might know that a CV in Italy is something different in comparison to Germany or the other way around. This is only an example.
Can I ask you, just raise your hand if you want to talk. When you travel abroad, I guess you started traveling abroad also for your job, you go there for job fairs, you go there for meeting universities. What other activities that you do when you travel abroad in a different country? If you can just raise your hand and then we give you the microphone if you want to talk. Or write in the chat if you want, feel free. This is just a question. Did you hear my question? When you travel abroad, okay, Asper, maybe you want to talk. Just click on the microphone, Asper, on the bottom left of the screen, and you will be able to talk. If it was just a way for showing me that you hear me, it's fine. Otherwise, I ask you again. When you travel abroad, what is the task that you normally do? You go to job fairs, you go to meet universities, you do other activities. Can you just raise your hand if you want to talk, if to say your opinion about this? Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, can you hear me at least? Can you just click on, okay, you can hear. But if anyone who wants to share together with us his or her experience regarding the possibility to go activities that you do in your job, if so, just raise your hand and then we give you the microphone. Otherwise, we pass to another point. No one wants to share with us his experience or her experience? Okay, we move. I see that Beatrice maybe is writing. Anyway, I guess point number 4 and 1 are connected. What do you think?
What do you think?
Point number 4 and 1, we can discuss about that afterwards with the Commission. So I would move to point number 5 at the moment. So So, no, point number, okay, so 5 you prefer to waive the commission or?
No, I can
Okay,
answer yes.
okay,
So,
because I know that the commission it prefers to answer to point number 6, so you can go on with point number 5. So, we have been hearing that that it is important to talk regarding the possibility of creating new partnerships. I want to ask you your point of view on that regarding this, and how you sell Eures from this point of view to stakeholders and to partners. If you have any strategy that it works for you, I don't know.
So this question number 5, I have divided into different sessions because to my concern, we are talking about different topics here. I would like to start with the question, what do I have in mind while building new networks and partnerships? First of all, you have to ask yourself questions, like for instance, why should I build up a new partnership or network? And what is very, very, very important, does it make sense? And if you define the right networks and partnerships for you and yourself, for instance, it's also very important to use the right information and assistance services. So I would like to show you the different EU assistance possibilities in the internet. There's a very nice brochure which I actually found, and I would like to show you in the internet how you are able to order it one. Yes, we go to the internet now. So I would like. Okay.
So that is the problem also before. So I mean.
Yes.
So now everyone I guess could see. Okay. I guess you can see this.
Can you just raise your hand or do something so that we know that you can see the EU bookshop? So I've got 3 answers, 5, 6, great. So the EU bookshop, to my concern, is very, very important. And if you work with the keyword EU information and assistance, and you go on the button OK, you will be guided to the brochure which you can see in the internet right now. It's the EU information and assistance services. And this brochure, guys, is very, very important for our daily work because it will give you a very good information standard about the different EU services which are offered, like Eures Help Desk or Eures Direct, just to mention a few. And if you work through this brochure, you will be able to find the right people for a network system which you can actually create. So please try to order this brochure for you, and then you will be able to find out who is possible, who is important for you, who is the right partner for your team and for your daily work. So this would be the question or the answer of the first question.
Can I ask you again how to get to this? So you went to EU Bookshop webpage, yes, and then?
I used as a keyword EU information and assistance, and then I used the button OK.
And then you found this as a result of the search?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can also show that you have the format in different languages. And you can just order it from the review. It's free of charge.
Okay, it's slower, okay. Anyway, this is free of charge, so you can order how many copies you want, I guess?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And really, it's very, very helpful for the daily work of the Eures advisor.
Okay. Now we go back to the other, maybe I wait, because this is my email.
The second question was how to sell Eures. And to my understanding, it's very, very important to define for yourself what Eures means, and always to remember the presentations about Eures which you actually had during your initial training. Because during the initial training, we already discussed the topic. For instance, the cooperation with employers, and there we were working on the topic how to develop the right strategy of communication, or to find out the trends for employment, or that we are actually able to work on a tailor-made Eures activity for all different stakeholders. So this is very important, and you have to remember that we, as Eures advisors, should always be flexible. And on the second point, it is very important for you to remember what does a job seeker or what does the employer want from you. And so please try to work on keywords and write these keywords down for you, because that will make your life easy. If you are actually dealing with keywords, you can usually work on your personal marketing and sales strategy. But this you can only do if you have worked on your personal wording, and if you are clear about the question, what can Eures do, or what's in with Eures. What you can always do also is talk to other Eures advisors, share knowledge and your feelings and expectations, and always communicate. Always ask yourself about the direction and the right way, because if you don't ask yourself questions, you will not be able to follow your own way. So this would be the second part.
Can I ask you to write or to talk about, if you have in mind any keyword that can be used for selling Eures, can you just write it in the chat, or maybe we can brainstorm a little bit about keywords typical from Eures, in order to see that maybe people can use it when they go abroad and try to sell Eures. I would say first word, and it's actually it's more than one word. I would say free of charge. Would like to agree with
yes,
this?
free of charge, and also services. Remember, what does Eures mean? Eures stands for European Employment Services.
Free, okay, that's the fact that it's free. And once again, it's important to underline that, because it's not it's not bottleneck problem. That's the other thing.
Yes.
So, and regarding this possibility of having free of charge, I would also say that well, regarding these keywords, I would also say that Eures also helps any kind of job seeker. I mean, not only the high level, top level job seekers or job seekers. Also, we can have different problems in being placed from private agencies. Eures has the obligation to work with everyone. Is it correct?
Yes. So we have a wide range of knowledge as well. That is what I would add. So we have different job seekers and different employers in our pool. And we, as a Eures advisor, I would like to use a picture. We actually built a bridge between the job seeker and the employer. And we also have a big knowledge about Social Security, for instance, because now you always have to ask yourself questions: what does a job seeker expect from a Eures advisor? And the normal question is, what do I expect as a job seeker who will move from Germany to Italy? If it comes to Social Security, do they have an unemployment benefit, for instance, and things like that? So it's always very important to have this knowledge in mind.
I would say the other added value of Eures is the network, no?
Yes, very important.
850 Eures advisors. Did you have already the chance to get in touch with other Eures advisors across Europe in order to cooperate with them? Maybe with someone who follow initial training together with you. If so, can you just pick the green button, this button that I'm clicking now? Did you have any chance to cooperate with other Eures advisors across Europe? I try to repeat the question. Okay, Esther, do you want to talk? Esther, do you want to see if you can manage to talk? I don't remember if you were able to talk. If so, just click on the microphone.
I'm not quite sure if you can hear me, but I definitely cannot hear you anymore.
The fact is that when we give you the microphone, then we have to switch off our microphone. So now I give you the floor, Esther. So if you want, you can talk. Click on the button of your microphone, the bottom left.
Okay. Well, we collaborate a lot of Eures advisors in Norway, and we are trying to find a way to collaborate with advisors in Finland and to work together with IT specialists. So, and of course, we have national groups here in Sweden, and I am participating in national groups for IT specialists and as well for our Facebook, Eures Sweden. So, yeah, we do collaborate a lot, and I'm not quite sure if I can say anything else, so thank you for now.
Thank you. I mean, this is it's a good thing to be neighbor country of Norway because they have a lot of vacancies available. You see, in this case, collaboration is made on a single sector, IT. I think it's important also to find the right sector to cooperate with other Eures advisors. And this is about the network, the possibility of having people knowing the environment, working in different countries, different regions, can be really an added value. You know?
And it's also very important to have a detailed look in the unemployment rate of your country, and also to have a detailed look in the unemployment rate of the other countries in the EU, because that will enable us to work together.
Okay, so if we have no more question about how to sell the Eures, if you have, so just write them in the chat if you want. I just read also what Beatrice was writing before. So when we asked if you have traveled abroad, of course you answered that you have not traveled yet because you want just initial training and you still have to start. So it's important. Can I ask you, Anne-Catherine, how many times do you travel per month for Eures or per?
Well, when I started to work for Eures in 2005, I traveled a lot. I visited different European countries, and I was able to talk to employers and employees. So these guys, these days were the golden days. But 2011 and 2012, I didn't travel a lot anymore. I traveled in Germany quite a lot, and I participated in different job fairs, and I organized different meetings, but I didn't travel a lot abroad. But maybe the reason is that our unemployment rate is quite low, and that we have so many US advisors, and yeah. If we would travel all over the place, our offices would be empty. So, as a summary, I would say, for Eures, I've traveled in Germany about twice or 3 times a month, and abroad only 1 or 2 times a year. The rest, I'm working from my office.
Okay. So we have been lucky that one of these travels has been done for Eures training, and then a couple has managed to come to Bologna. And actually it's quite cold at the moment.
For you?
For me.
I'm having chickens from North Germany.
No, that's 1 degree right now.
So, okay, that's for me then. Okay, then we move to the other part. We will discuss some of these issues together with the European Commission later, so the role of US advisors. Okay, so the last part of this question 5, yes.
Yeah. The third part of question 5 is, how can you make sure to be visible in positive content to make sure that new parties will find out about Eures? So my first answer is that you must use networks. And as a new Eures advisor, you still have to build up your own network in the Eures world, but I trust that you will manage. Work on success stories and write them down, and find a way to distribute the success stories and what Eures is doing by media. We will talk about the media in a separate question, and then we will also talk about Mostra. You can use internet and face-to-face, or talk and communicate to other people when you talk about the success stories. And of course, you must need Mostra, which you came already across in your initial training, I guess, or in the final conference. Was somebody there from Mostra?
Not this year, but
last year,
yeah. But we share with you the information about Mostra. Just for the moment, I will repeat it later, but I can share with you, I am writing in the chat, the email of this person, Jacob Martinson, who is collecting the good success stories. So, if you have a success story, just write him, and that's also his name.
And Jacob also always says that your stories are more interesting than you think. That is his way of thinking.
I hope, did you have the chance already to talk to him? If so, just click the green button, otherwise click the red button. Red or green, as I'm doing now. No? No for Maria. Esther, you want to talk, Esther? Just click on the microphone and you can talk. You raise your hand for talking. Okay, you had cooperation, Peter had cooperation. If anyone wants to share the good practice that you had with that you share with Mostra, just feel free. Just click on the button of the microphone and you will have the floor. You see the microphone on the bottom left of your screen?
Yeah, when you were talking about media, I would like to share, we have a lot of cooperation with our media, with newspapers in our region, and wherever we do, if we have any activity, so we share it with our newspapers. And we had an employer from England who was looking for some youngsters, and then we have both radio and newspapers interviewing employer and youngsters, and so it's a good thing to show us. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. You have cooperation with newspapers, Captain?
Yes. Yes, we have. But it's not very easy to work together with newspapers because Germany, as you might know, is quite difficult in different meanings. That actually means that all different public employment services have their own Pressesprecher, who is actually dealing with newspaper. One person who is responsible for newspapers and press,
Public relation
manager, something like that. So as a Eures advisor, we are not allowed to talk directly to newspapers. So we must give the success story or the information we want to get shared to the public relation manager of the right institution, and then the public relation manager will get in contact with the newspaper.
Thank you. So I guess it would be good if you have a success story that you want to share, as some of you already did. Just be free to contact Jacob, his email over there, and they are happy to hear success stories and good practices because they have to write one article per day. So and then they put it on the Eures portal. So it's important that we share it, we share articles and best practices. And I know that it fixed some objectives of best practices compared to the single different countries. So it's important for you. We pass to the next question. We can do the polls at 11 because we started a bit later, and then we do. So at 11 we will take a short break of 15 minutes. So moving to the next slide. So relation with clients.
How to prepare employers and job seekers to accept different cultures with practices exchange. So for me, that was a very interesting question because it's very, very important, once again, that you as a Eures advisor ask yourself questions. First of all, you have to find out whether you as a Eures advisor believe in cultural differences. And whenever I talk to job seekers in Germany, I always make a big joke out of the different cultures which we actually have in Germany. Because people from the northern part of Germany, they seem to be quite different. The people from Bavaria, from the southern part, they think that we people from the northern part don't have fun in life. They lie, the Bavarians lie, but still they believe that we don't like jokes. And we from the northern part in Germany think that the Bavarian people only drink beer the whole day long and that they don't work and eat raisin and things like that. So this is the big cultural thing between the southern part of Germany and the northern part of Germany. And now you can imagine that it's always very, very important to have a detailed look into the cultural things if you look abroad to other European countries. And if you look at statistics, most of the returners, of the German returners which try to move abroad are from Spain, because the Spanish culture always is very different in comparison to the German one, and the German job seeker always thinks that in Spain you have 365 days a year, only sunshine, and that the Spanish people are able to talk German. And of course, this is not true. So this is a very big cultural thing, and you have to work on the solution. So work on examples which you are able to talk about, and work on examples of your daily life which you are able to share And always remember the presentation which we actually did in the initial training, where we talked about the possibilities for a working relationship between employers and employees from different countries. And I don't know whether you remember that during this session we worked about different methods, including the win-to-win situation for employers and employees. If, for instance, a German job seeker or a German employer would work with a job seeker from abroad, and this has something to do with a solid background or with a network of the employee, which the employee would bring to, for instance, Germany to the employer. So the job seekers in their own countries, they have good skills and communication skills, working skills, and so this is an improvement for the company as well. And this is the way to sell things, to sell Europe again, and to sell the point of mobility across Europe.
You have just to also work with Portuguese job seekers?
Not yet, but this will be part of our incoming project in the year 2013, I guess.
Can I ask to the Portuguese colleagues if, because I guess in Germany they will launch this huge project, no, regarding recruiting from southern countries of Europe, so I guess also from Italy.
Yeah.
If the Portuguese job seekers can speak German, what do you think about the possibility of adaptation of Portuguese job seekers to the German situation? To Beatrice and Paola, if you can react, if you want.
Okay. David, I understand you asked something about the Portuguese, but I didn't quite understand the question.
Okay, no, I'm asking if the Portuguese people, the Portuguese job seekers, if they can work in Germany, what's the level of German of Portuguese job seekers? What would be, according to your experience, what would you say to the Portuguese job seekers before going to Germany, or if you think it would be easy for them to adapt to the German culture and from the employment point of view, and also for the rest? You can talk if you want, just click on the microphone. You can click on the microphone, Paola, if you want.
David, I can't understand what you said. I understand you asked something for Portugal and for job seekers, but I don't understand what.
The question is, able German.
It depends on the
Portuguese able to speak German.
Yes, I understand. Most of the Portuguese don't speak German. In my region, we have airport, and some people here speak German, but usually Portuguese don't speak German. But young people are now doing a great effort to learn. I know that young job seekers are studying German nowadays in order to go to German.
So this is a very interesting point, because I came across the information that the German employers are actually not aware of the situation that most of the European countries, of the inhabitants of the European countries, are not able to speak German. So now it is our job as a Eures advisor to give the information across to the employers that they have to organize language courses to enable the job seeker from abroad to learn German. That is very, very, very important. And I think that the EU will give us some money, yes, that the EU will give us some money to support the job seeker and the employer. That is very important. So mobility is important, but also the willingness to learn other languages.
I see that the Beatrice is writing that the highest qualified that are beginning to choose to learn German as a third language. So Portuguese, English, and then German, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, in Italy we have the same problem. In the north they speak German because they are close to the border. But in the south or central Italy, for me, for example, there's no many, I can imagine.
And you hardly speak English, huh, in Italy?
Yeah, we hardly speak, as you can hear, we hardly speak English, as you can hear. Okay, so we can move to the next question. So how we can keep in touch with our clients regularly?
Yeah, so I think here it is very important to organize meetings to inform your customers about, for instance, living and working situation abroad. And whenever you talk to a job seeker or get in touch with a job seeker, please guys, show empathy. And you can always try to find a solution for them or give them information, but always try to put yourself into the shoes of the job seeker. That will make life easier for both sides. And what I always do is I get in contact with my clients regularly with an email. Because we are not allowed in Germany to use Facebook, and I think that we will not be allowed to use Facebook next year, the year after next year, so we are not allowed to do that. I always write emails and I try to find out what the person is doing, even if a person has already moved from Germany to another country. So that's what I always do.
I see that Gert has joined us. Gert, if you just want to say hello, Gert is from Eures, European Commission. If you, Gert, just want to say hello, just feel free.
Good morning to all of you. I don't know where you are in the program, but I will just listen, and then perhaps later we can discuss the questions you have for Euresco. But good morning to all of you.
Yes, thanks, Gert. Thanks, Gert. We are now discussing. We are a bit late with the agenda, so we probably do the coffee break. That is what it's coffee break. It's more a break. Will we do it now? I mean, after finishing to answer this question, that is question number 2 on the slide, and then after 15 minutes, we go on with the question for the Euresco, because I think it's important that you are here and we appreciate it. So I don't know if maybe it's good to have like a sort of email for getting in touch with the clients regularly that you can just send to all the people who you get in touch with, and then hopefully they get you get answers from them. Right?
So most of the time, I always receive answers from my customers, because I always try to show empathy, as I said in the beginning. And to my understanding, to my experience, the customers, they really appreciate if there's somebody from an official institution like me from PES, who tries to understand the situation. And maybe that is the reason why they always answer my emails, and they even send Christmas greetings, I don't know. So we always get in contact, and that's very nice.
Okay, thank you. So I guess now we can take a short break, so 15 minutes. Let's meet at 10 past 11, and so that we can address the questions regarding European Commission. And thanks to Gert, and I'm sure we will see many developments of US network around the future, and you can answer to many questions of you. So just take 15 minutes break, and we will be able to talk again later. Okay, we will switch off our microphone, and we meet again at 10 past 11. If you hear me, just click red green button. Okay. 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 Yeah, we can see your computer, so I guess you are starting with the application sharing.
So yeah, I tried to close it, but
yes, you have to stop the volume, the speakers on your computer when you talk. Otherwise, we have with your voice repeated. Yes, can we try to fix this problem with the audio, with your microphone? Can you just try to talk to see if we can hear you? If we can hear you.
yeah, hello, David.
The problem is that your speakers are on, and so we get the loop of your microphone. So you have to you should switch off the speakers when you talk. I know it's difficult. Either you have headphones, you can plug in headphones, and then it gets easier, or you have to switch off the speakers when you talk. Otherwise, we get the loop of your voice. If you want to try again. Yeah, could you try again? Okay, yes, we got this disconnected now. Machine is back. Can you just click a button to see that to show us that you are back? Okay, Paolo's there, Natalia's there, Maria's there. We wait for the commission to come back. Hopefully this little problem with the audio will be solved. Let's see. Because the Commission should clarify some of the issues important for the future of Eures. What's the future? Where does Eures get the money from, starting from next year, 2014 actually? That could be interesting, we hope for you. Okay, Peter is back. Just waiting for the Commission to see if the guest can join the chat and can speak easily. Hopefully.
With the public. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hello. Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to add something, that apart from working together with the public employment services, given the fact that in future Eures will be part of the social fund, where we have a much higher budget also available, we from the Commission, we think it's important to widen the cooperation, the collaboration with the private employment services and also with the non-profit employment services. We know this is not an easy task, and I don't know if you heard already about WISP and PARES. PARES is a tool where it's a safe environment where public employment services and private employment and services and also non-profit employment services can start a kind of partnership, and where we have some projects together to test how these several employment services can work together. We also have WISP, and WISP is a web page on which you can find per country pilot projects on working together between public and private employment services. Perhaps after this session I can send to David the links of this PARES initiative and the WISP initiative so that you can have a look at it. So this is a remark from the Commission. Don't think only about working together with public, start also thinking about how could I work together with private employment services, non-profit employment services, and to get an idea how this could be possible, have a look at the pilot projects already carried out on the WISP website. So, but perhaps it's more interesting if the participants have some questions so that I can reply to the questions and that we can see what exactly the needs are of the participants.
Yes, can you write in the chat the name of the two website platform that you were the private project, so that everyone can see the name correctly. And if you have the chance, you can also share it. Okay, so it's WISP and PARES. Is it possible to have an overview also of an online part of it? Can you share it with us yet, or I don't know if it is made, please?
Yeah, Davide, I have these web pages open, but I tried previously, so I have them open on my desktop, and I tried to give them, to open them also for all the other participants, but that's where the problem, the previous problem occurred, so I can give it a second try to show you the WISP and Paris website and to have some overviews of the pilot projects. That's, I think, more interesting for the participants, but I'm a little bit afraid that technically there is a problem, but I try once more.
Okay, thanks. You see, now you can see something on your screen. It's a bit slow, but it will appear. So if you can just share the website, then I'll give you the floor to you guys.
So I just opened the Paris website. I don't know if it's visible for you.
It's opening slowly. So if you can just talk, I think in 30 seconds we will be able to see it. It's opening slowly.
I didn't understand you, Davide. Could you repeat?
It's opening slowly. The website is opening slowly. So you can just talk, and I think in 30 seconds we will be able to see it.
Okay, so what I have open now is the Paris website. You can see what it is about. So we have between the public and private employment services what we call a strategic dialogue. So we have meetings between your Eures members and some private employment services. We also have some specific projects, and then the best of these projects are published on the WISP website. Perhaps it's more interesting for you to show you the WISP website. So there, I don't know if it's feasible now, but you can select a country. We'll say, for example, or I don't select a country, perhaps it's easier to select a type of practice. So for example, I say I would like to have ideas about registration of clients and how we could work together there with the private or non-profit sector. If you select this type of practice, registration of clients, you do search, you see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 projects. And you see also the countries, for example, Denmark. In Denmark, you had 2 projects between public employment service, Eures, and the private employment services on this issue of registration of clients. And you see, if you go to the list of the practices where we have projects, you have a lot. You have not only registration of clients, you have also registration of vacancies. You have projects on the identification of clients' needs. You have projects on matching services, and so on. So you have quite a lot. For example, which is, I think, very useful, you also have the issue of the dissemination of the labor market information. So you have a lot of there. You have a lot of examples of projects on the cooperation between public, private, and non-profit employment services. I know for new Eures advisors, it's already difficult to launch projects on the cooperation with within the public employment service. It's not always that easy. But from Commission, I have to give you the Commission point of view, and we think that later on, perhaps the first step is how to work together within the PES, but that you also should reflect on how could we have projects with private and non-profit sector. I don't know if meanwhile you already have visible this web page. Otherwise, I suppose that after this session, I just sent you all the links so that you can if you have some free time, have a look at it. If there are already at this stage questions, I'm ready to reply to them. I give back the floor to David.
Yes, thanks, Gert. The page was loading a bit slowly from our side, I don't know, from participant side. We saw the main page of Eures, I call it the Italian way. And I mean, I think it's important to see that in different countries there are some partnerships with private employment services. I don't know, is there any participant who wants to share his cooperation with private employment services? Anything you want to ask the Commission? Just raise your hand and we give you the microphone. Are you still there? Give us signs of your presence. Are you still there, the participant? Just speak, okay, I stays there. I see that other people are writing. I smile as well if you want. Okay, Natalia's there, Paula's there, Maria's there, okay. Can I ask Peter, can I ask you, do you want to share with us some example of cooperation with private employment services, or what's your feeling about that? Did you think about that? Did you know this website before? Anyone wants to add something? Just write it in the chat or ask for the microphone, raising your hand. No one? Okay, Natalia is writing, also Peter is writing something, so we wait for the answer from them. The other, can you also, okay, I cannot speak, so yeah, okay. Natalia can only write, so Natalia, please free to write, and then after we see what you wrote, we will address your question. In the meantime, can you repeat the question or write it? Okay. You have cooperation with private, or what do you think of this? Oh, see, Natalia is responsible for cooperating. See, I guess now is sharing all the information regarding the presentation. So you have the website of Eures, the website of Eures. There's your popular job, Jobability Bulletin, and other EU networks. I suggest you to write down or copy and paste this link. I write again the question for Peter. If you experiment cooperation with private, what do you think of it? Hopefully now Peter will read the question. Now we can go on. Can you get in the meantime talk a little bit about also the other website we were talking about, this release, if possible. Then in the meantime we wait for the answers of participants in the chat. I give you the floor, Gert. Gert, I hope. Okay, I give you the floor, Gert.
Yeah, I only heard half of your question. What would you like me to tell about weeks once more, or perhaps I didn't get the question right?
Oh yeah, I mean, Gert, just for clarification, I see this web tool for evaluating employment services practices. So, in the future, is it gonna be used in all the European countries? Is the suggestion of the Commission, or is something that should be decided by single countries? Is it something that we have to deal with, because the Commission asks to every country to use it, or is it something that should be adopted by single countries if they want?
Yeah. Okay. Now, this perhaps I should explain a little bit better the context. So, apart from the annual budget, we provide the Eures members with, so the annual budget following the annual plan. We have under Paris a separate budget for these pilot projects. So under Paris, every year we will launch a call for proposals to select these pilot projects working on cooperating with PES, with private employment services, and with non-profit employment services. And then, so we launch this call, you get a separate budget for it, so these projects are not co-financed from your annual Eures budget, but are co-financed by a separate Paris budget. And then, let's say, in the meetings we have, the Paris meetings we have, so we meet Commission, public employment services, private employment services, non-profit employment services. So there, once these projects are carried out, we, let's say, select according to all the members of the Paris dialogue group, the best projects. And these projects are put on the WISP website. And the idea is that it's just for inspiration for the other Eures members. It's to help you, to give you some ideas how such a cooperation could be established. So that's the idea behind. I did send some other websites, your first Eures job, the job mobility bulletin and vacancy monitor, but that's for the other questions, for question 6 and so on. But so I already sent already all the links, but later on I will say something more about your first Eures job mobility bulletin and so on. So perhaps meanwhile we already, I see Peter sent something, but yeah, I give you back the floor. Perhaps we have questions from the participants.
Yeah, Peter is writing. We cooperate a lot with private organizations like employment agencies. At local level and the national level, the employment agencies are well organized. This makes it easy and we can avoid the risk of disturbing the competition between the agencies. I see that in the Netherlands the cooperation is quite strong and they cooperate a lot. I'm not able to say the same about Italy. I don't know about other countries. Maybe some participants want to add something about cooperation. I think Natalia is writing. So she wrote before that she's the responsible for cooperation with private agencies, but she does not the possibility to talk to the microphone. So if Natalia, you want to add anything regarding this, just feel free. And then we will read it and discuss it also together with Gert, also if you have questions. But I remember with Peter, when we also met, I remember the fact that you talked about this, and I guess that the Netherlands is already a country where this cooperation is good. So thanks, Gert, for sharing with us also this information that should be useful for participants to see good practices about cooperation with private employment agencies. Okay, the Dutch way of cooperation with private employment services was our inspiration for launching Paris and WISP. So that's great. I mean, the Netherlands have given the right feedback at the beginning in order to start this cooperation. And this also means that cooperation with privates is not always as it is seen. I mean, sometimes we believe that there's a competition between public and private, but there are also ways, and you can find them on this portal, there are ways of cooperating together. I don't know, Gert, if you want to add anything regarding the question number 6, the new Eures project and new Eures activities. Otherwise, we pass to the next questions that we want to ask the European Commission. I give you the floor.
Yeah, I don't know what you already discussed about this question on new Eures projects and new Eures activities, but perhaps I can tell what we at UNESCO level think new Eures projects should and new Eures activities will look like. As I already said, from 2014, the Eures activities will be financed through the European Social Fund, which also means that a bigger budget is available. But of course, it's up to the member state to decide how much budget from the European Social Fund will be spent for Eures. Each Eures member has the obligation to organize Eures, but how much budget will be spent only depends a little bit on the member state itself. So that each member state has more possibilities than in the past, because in the past the budget was a little bit limited. But as regards the new Eures projects, so let's say there are two parts. The current Eures activities will continue, but will be co-financed under the social fund budget. But then, apart from what you already do today, the normal, let's call it the normal Eures activities, we will have at European level what we call targeted mobility schemes. So what is this about, targeted mobility schemes? There we will see at what are exactly the needs on the labor market. For example, now we see that a lot of young people are unemployed and are unemployed for even quite a long important period. And this is the reason why, for example, we launched the program Your First Eures Job. It's a program it's a mobility scheme for young people. So Your First Eures Job is the first targeted mobility scheme. And in future we will have more of them. For example, it could be that in a few years we see that there is in Europe a huge need for nurses. It's already today a little bit the case, but it could even be more important in a few years. And then we could launch a targeted mobility scheme for the mobility of nurses. And this is something additional. So on top of the normal Eures activities under the ESF, under the social fund, we will have several targeted mobility schemes within a separate budget. There also the Eures members will play a role. The new Eures activities, I think the ESF offers you the possibility to think a little bit out of the box. Okay, you can continue the current Eures activities, but perhaps now you have the occasion and also the financial means to launch some new activities. But it's up to you to check what are the needs, the local, national labor market needs, and how could labor mobility be a reply to these needs. So you of course have always to justify why you launch a certain activity, why you launch a certain project. So I keep it here. If there are questions, I'm happy to reply to them.
Thanks, Gert, for this explanation. I don't know if anyone has any question about the activities. If so, just write them into the chat or ask for the microphone, and I will be able to give it to you, give the floor to you. Maybe there is some doubts that you want to clarify, some worries about the future. I don't know, just feel free to ask your questions if you want. Thanks to Gert, we can clarify some doubts. Of course, things are still in a working process, so some things will be clarified soon, but other things can be explained now. So I see that there are no reactions. Maybe we can move to different points that we ask the Commission to address. So I just move the slides and I go here to this Eures tools part, and I know that Gerd can tell us something about shortages and surpluses and how to understand them. Then we address also the questions together with our captain, but it's better, I think, to okay, but it's better to start with the Commission, with answering the Commission question, and then we will address the previous issues together with our captain, the one of relation with clients. So if you want to talk a little bit about also the job mobility balancing and vacancy monitor and other tools that the Commission provides to people, I'll just give you the floor. Yes, if you want, I hope everything works. If you want to share with us some tools regarding how to know the shortages of occupational services, I'll just give you the floor. So now I'll switch off my microphone.
Hi, David. I have some problems. There was some technical problems, so I didn't hear the last questions. Do you hear me?
Yes, I was asking you to talk a little bit more about the job mobility balancing and the vacancy monitor, if you want. Again, I was asking you to talk a little bit more about the vacancy monitor and the job mobility, if you want.
Yeah, okay, thanks, David. Now, I saw on the program that you also have discussed already Eures tools, and therefore I sent the link on the job mobility bulletin and the vacancy monitor, because these are two tools we think which are important to have a better understanding of the shortage of occupations and the surpluses in different European countries. So if you as a Eures advisor have to work on matching projects, it's of course very important to have a better understanding of the shortages and the surpluses on the job mobility bulletin and the vacancy monitor. The vacancy monitor, I think it's more for those involved in the employment policy. It's more an analysis of the European labor market. It can be helpful for matching projects, but I think for matching projects for the Eures advisors, the job mobility bulletin is more important, because the job mobility bulletin gives you an overview or an analysis of all the jobs published on the Eures portal. So it's actually a kind of analysis of what is available on the Eures portal in terms of job vacancies. So these are two tools we think and we hope are useful for the Eures advisors to have better matching projects. I don't know if the Eures advisors online already used these tools, if they are useful or not. I mean, at European level, we try to help you and we try to develop tools, and we listen, we meet regularly the Eures managers give us some ideas and some input. But of course, it's also important to get some input from the people who do the work, so the Eures advisors. So perhaps the people in the bulletin already, or if they think it's useful or not.
The sharing of the screen, because I saw that there were some connection problems, so maybe it was slow. So it's better if we just talk about this, and if people can just click on the link of the job mobility bulletin, just to, that was shared before by guest. I put it also here in the chat, and so everyone can be on the website via his own computer. So did you use the information on the job mobility bulletin? This is the question. Did you use the job mobility bulletin or European vacancy monitor so far for getting information about the labor market? Just tick the green or the red buttons over here if you use them, so that we know. Okay, Esther, you used them. I don't know about the others. Natalia used the information. Paola, not yet. Anyone else? Okay, Maria, not yet. What about the others? Can I ask you? Okay, not Peter. Can I ask to Esther what kind of information you used from the European vacancy monitor or the job mobility bulletin? I give you the microphone, Esther, if you want to talk.
Well, I don't have so many things to say. We're just starting to reading it and trying to find out which countries can be interesting for us to collaborate with. So I don't have that much of experience yet. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Esther. Anyone else who wants to share the information regarding the use of job mobility bulletin or the vacancy monitor? Maria, she wrote that she will definitely use it in the coming future. But I mean, this is a very good information tool for you in order to increase the knowledge of labor market. So keep always an eye on it, because it's important also, as we discussed during initial training. Okay. See, Beatrice. And it's also good for presenting yours maybe to PES colleagues, or as Beatrice is writing, to line manager. This could be useful. And the possibility of also sharing the information on the Eures portal would be definitely a good thing to use, because you can do a good promotion of the Eures portal thanks to the information that you have in these documents. Do you have any other question regarding this? Otherwise, we can go back to the information with clients part, so that Catherine can, and also with the presence of Gert, we can discuss a little more about this. I see that Gert is writing something. It seems that okay. Sure. I give you the floor, Gert.
Okay, so now what I just wanted to add is this job mobility bulletin and the vacancy monitor are tools we developed for you. So it's of course very important for us to get your feedback, if it's useful, how it could be improved, and so on. So for us there is no problem that you send us an email with your comments and so on. I know that in some countries the Eures manager doesn't like that the Eures advisor gets in contact directly with the European Commission, with Euresco. So perhaps you should check the communication hierarchy with your Eures member. But for us, anyway, we would like to have your feedback. And this is not only for those two tools, that's for everything. So, because we try to, how to say, to facilitate your job. But of course, it's difficult if you don't get feedback. Of course, we get some feedback through the Eures managers, but you are using the tools, so you should be the best place to give us feedback. But so check if with your Eures advisor, with your Eures manager, if it's okay with him or her to send us directly some feedback. Otherwise, you have to do it through your Eures manager. Sorry. So, but anyway, we are very interested in having your feedback on those tools and other tools we develop. So that was something I wanted to add.
Yes, may I ask you to provide us a contact to whom people can write their observation? Can you write it in the chat, like an email or something like that, to whom we can write observation about these tools? See your writing, so just wait for that. And this could be also a good way for improving the quality of these tools. They're already good. I personally use them for finding information. Okay. To have expert or to get the language. Perfect. Then it can be cleared. I see that batteries got disconnected, so we connect later on. We see a connection problem. So, since we have half an hour left, I would suggest to go back to the issues that we were discussing before 11 with Catherine, so the relation with clients. Thanks again now for sharing with us all this information regarding the work for European Commission. And of course, if you want to add more things also about the intervention that we are doing now, just feel free, and we give you the microphone, Harry. Sorry, yeah. Okay, then we go back to the relation with client part, and we go to point number 3. Is it correct?
Yeah.
So the question was, I would like to learn more about how we can build good relations with media, labor council, trade and industry organization, regional association, etc.
I already said something concerning media. And media is a very sensitive topic for us in Germany. So you always have to find out, guys, who is responsible for media in your country. And you have to try to collaborate with this person. In Germany, for instance, as I already said, we are not allowed as a Eures advisor to get in contact directly with media. There's only one media which we are allowed to talk to, and that is Mostra. You have to find out how to write a press release, because there you have to use proper words, and you have to find out what media wants to hear. So I would like to come back to success stories again, which you must actually find out for yourself. And this success story actually must fit in the environmental items like politics and trends and unemployment rate and things like that. So this is very important. So these answers are related to the first part of question number 3. Any comments or questions which you would like to ask?
Anything you want to add? Feel free, just feel free.
Okay, so the second part would be labor council, trade and industry organizations and regional organizations that you would like to get in contact with. You have always to find out the needs, wants and requirements from each institution. That is very, very, very important. You must find out what's in for them, and if they already work together with Eures, that is very important to my concern. And you must also find out what's in for you if you work together with the institution. So actually, does it make sense to get in contact with other institutions? And then, at the end of the day, you must find out what is the overlap between Eures, meaning yourself, and the institution. And if you find out, or if you find out that you should work together, you must work on a marketing strategy. And you must try out to find out whether there is already a contact to the institution, as I already mentioned, and whether there was a contact, and if yes, why did it end? Because this you should enter in your project plan. Yeah, and last but not least, you must design a project plan where you actually work with different milestones about how to build up the relationship with different organizations and stakeholders. That is my question, the answer to the question.
So we see that in the future the cooperation with different stakeholders will be definitely an issue regarding Eures. So we advise you to get in touch with this association, and also the fact of being specialized on a certain industry, for example, for Eures advisors could be an added value for having contacts inside this industry. So if you know a lot about, for example, the tourism industry in a certain country, you would have more possibility to get in touch with people representing it. And the fact of having good practices across Europe, for example, dealing with other tourism industries, can be a good promotion tool for using Eures as a way for getting in touch with the representative of different organizations. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything regarding maybe an experience that you had with media, labor council, trade industry organization, regional association, etc. I see that Gerd is writing. Maybe you want to talk. You want to talk, just give you the floor. Gerd, no problem about that. I advise that if anyone wants to talk, I advise you to raise your hand, clicking on the button with a hand and a green arrow, and you can take the microphone then at that point, if you agree with that. Are you still there? You can smile if you are there. Otherwise, okay, thank you. Okay, Natalia, just a problem with probably your connection. I'm advising Natalia to disconnect and then reconnect again. I see that someone is writing again. Maybe, okay, regarding with media, check also the toolkit on the Eures Internet. I know that you can have media training sessions in your home country organized and paid by Eures. If you want, I can share with you the website for the internet and giving you the link for how to deal with media. Just a question of 1 minute, because I have to connect to get inside my account, and then I share with you the page where you can have information regarding relationship with media. So just a second before sharing the information. This is Bob Carter Mill activity, and it's about having training on information. You can find information on communication strategy and training on the internet. Now I can show it to you. Just give me a second. I'm actually always staying at the same place, so I don't know why it sounds like I'm moving away from the microphone sometimes. Don't know. Let me just share with you the website in the internet. Now it will be loaded on your computer. So I just connected into the internet and then clicked on information and communication strategy. It will be open slowly on your computer, but then in this part inside Eures portals, and then once again connected with the internet, and then clicking on information and communication strategy on the left of the screen. You find it black in this page, and you find over there Communication Training Catalog 2012, and it's available in German, in English, and in French. I guess it's uploading slowly on your computer, so I wait for a certain time until it gets on your computer. But as you can see here, you can download the Communication Training Catalog, and there's a possibility for you to have training at home on how to use social media, for example, how to communicate with press, how to increase Eures visibility, what are the arguments for promoting Eures, and many other things. And this training is promoted by Europa. I hope you can see the photo. Can you just give me positive or negative feedback with the two different sides, the green and the red one? If you cannot see what I'm showing to you, can you just give me positive or negative sign? About the new social media, again, is saying he knows that in some countries public service we cannot use it. But the rest of the world that this is a very good tool to reach employers, not only job seekers and job changers. That's true, for example, LinkedIn. On the main page of Eures you can find LinkedIn. So we advise you to at least try to increase the interest of your manager, for example, in communication strategy and social media. And then in the future, maybe this will be tools used for the Eures method, because they will be so common that they cannot be blocked by single countries. That is something that happened before with Internet, when Internet was launched. So probably the same can happen in the future with the social media. So I go back to the slide. I close this sharing of the application, and we go back to our questions. And since we have just 15 minutes left, we move to question number 4. How we have the right information for all questions. In order to solve the problem, look for suitable and updated information for job seekers, find technical information, be able to adapt, to manage and organize information. This is a huge question.
Yeah. And when I read the question, I really had a bright smile on my face, because it is very difficult to be updated. And one thing for sure, you will never have 100% of the information. You can't, because there's just too much things to know, and there are so many changes, and you won't be able. But still, guys, you must be able to find a way to answer questions, and at the end of the day, it's always very, very important to know where you find the right information. That means you must always talk to other Eures advisors and share knowledge. You must exchange ideas, and you must work on your priorities. And it's very, very important that you believe in yourself. Your knowledge and your experience is very, very much needed. And after a while, you might be able to focus on the right things, which you definitely must know to do your job properly. And always have in mind, as I already mentioned, that you must show empathy. At the end of the day, it's always very important to know what a job seeker would like to know, or what an employer would like to know. And if you have experience in your job, you will have quite often the same questions, and then you will be able to answer those questions. Don't be shocked. There's always a way to find out a solution or the right information.
Thanks. I was shocked by the question, but you were calm in answering, so probably I'm more confident now. I know that it's difficult to have the right answer. For example, we know that many Eures advisors have questions about social security. I know this. Starting from my experiences in initial training, I mean, you don't have to know everything. You just have to address people to the right person. So people don't expect you to know everything when you are asked a question about social security. For example, just address the person. If you are not sure of what you are saying, just address the person to someone else who is just working on that issue without being without giving answers of which you are not sure at 100%, because this can bring you problems and you don't give the right answer to the person. We have to be aware of the fact that we don't have always the right answer for everything. We move to question number 5. This is a big question once again. I'm sure Kathy wants to say something that can be useful for you.
Now, how to find and engage employers? That is a very big question. First of all, you should start with a very good and detailed research and raise the questions once again. Questions like, for instance, does Job have an employer service? If yes, do you already have a working relationship with the employer service of STEP? And if no, how are the employees served in your region through, for instance, STEP? The second question could be, which employers do you have in your own city or area or country? And which vacancies does these employers offer? You must always have a detailed look at the unemployment rate in your town or city, in your area, and in your region and your country. And then you must use statistics, and you must know how to interpret statistics. And I must tell you, in Germany, we have quite a lot of statistics, and we must be able to read and understand it. And what is the outcome if you interpret the statistics? Have a detailed look also at, for instance, press and media. Watch TV, read newspapers, and also interpret the outcome and your findings. And at the end of the day, keep an eye on your local market and try to help.
Wow. Very I mean, in few words, we have to clarify different issues, but of course, we see that it depends also on the employer you want to engage. You have to be particularly interested in a particular sector and so to develop your knowledge of that sector in order to better engage with the employer. What, for example, we from Ernst & Young do for trying to find new contracts with employers is a sort of finding clients, and can be also used from Eures, is analyzing the situation of the employer and sending them a very short PowerPoint presentation with each situation and the situation of each sector, so showing that we have a knowledge of each sector, and at that point telling them, you know, we can do different things for you in order to help you to be more effective in what you do in this sector. So first of all, it's showing your knowledge, and second thing is showing what you can do for the employer in order to help him in being active and effective in each sector. This is something that we normally do.
And if we come back to the question which we already answered this morning, it's very important for you to know how to sell, in a way, Eures, so that our service is free of charge. What can we do for the employer? And we have already discussed this morning very intensively that we had a very big and huge presentation during the initial training where we actually worked on different communication strategies and so on. Just have a detailed look in this presentation again, and I'm sure that things and questions will be clarified.
Once again, I see that Gerd is underlying here the fact that Eures is free of charge. So everyone is stressing it, but I guess this is one of the added value of Eures. It's a pay with taxpayers' money, so it's a service that's important to use it because it can have many more potentials than it has now. It's just a matter of knowing it and publish it on different sources in order to find the large public, because we have the tools here that can be more and more effective than now. Just a matter of cooperating and being able to promote it. I see that Peter is writing, so maybe there is something that he wants to add. Then in the meantime, while we wait for him to finish, we pass to the next slide and to the first question of the slide about Eures tools. So, okay, Peter says it is free of charge but not free of commitment, of course. You know, that can be a slogan. I think it's free of charge and full of commitment. So that could be a thing. Clapping hands. I think I will copy this slogan because I can use it. We can use it. I see all of you are committed with what you do. We pass to the next slide and to question number 1. I also get is appreciating what we got. So we pass to question number 1 of next slide. I would like to know how to use the Eures tools in the most efficient way. I'm not even sure that I know all the tools that are available for us to use.
When I read this question, I had a bright smile in my face again, because I would say neither. It's such a big world, the world of Eures tools, and so you always have to make sure that you use the Eures website on a regular basis. You must talk to other Eures advisors once again, and you must ask them what they use for their daily work, and what are they dealing with during their daily work. Ask yourself questions again, like for instance, which tools do you need for your daily work, and try to find out the regular tools, what is the matching process. Yeah, if there is anything you missed, you should actually raise questions and try to get answers. For instance, how to use the Eures network. And if I look back to the initial training where I worked as a trainer, as a training expert, Eures training expert, there were quite a lot of participants who had so many nice new ideas, new tools, and I would actually like to find out what is the answer of their ideas, and what is the answer of their new ways, because unfortunately I didn't take part in Bologna at the final conference, but I actually think that there were so many nice ideas. So there's always space for new developments, and I think here we come back to networking again, and of course to communicate amongst each other. Share knowledge.
Share knowledge and networking, and sharing of good tools, of good practices. It's also about best practices and sharing of knowledge. Yes, if you want, you can use the microphone for having your point of view concerning this. Maybe it's better I give you the floor if you want, because I see you are writing, but take the microphone if you want.
Well, okay, now I just wanted to add that in order to have an idea about all the Eures tools and how to use them in the most efficient way, I think it's also important that now that you have done your initial training, that you participate regularly in an advanced or in an advanced training session, because there you meet the network, there you hear how they use the tools, there you can get also some ideas, and apart from that, apart from the networking aspect of the advanced training, each advanced training is on a specific topic, so a lot of these topics are also linked with specific Eures tools. So I think from now on it's important that you check which advanced training sessions are available and which are replying to some needs I have. So that is what I wanted to add.
Thanks, Gerd. I see people smiling, so they were happy about that. You know, Gerd, you give me the perfect hint for passing to the last part of the virtual classroom. It is talking about the training. I just want to quickly answer to question number 2 of this slide. So, what are the main things to do by relevant authorities when learning a host country? I want to share with you very quickly just this link that I'm writing in the chat. It's called Trust Network, and it's a network of people dealing with social security across Europe. Just take a look at this website, and you will find a lot of information regarding administrative registration, internal revenue, etc., in different European countries. And you have a comparison between your country and different countries. So take the chance to look at this portal website for knowing more information, just for giving an answer to the person who wrote question number 2. Then, thanks to Gerd for the presentation. We can move to our activities and to what the training is about and what Ernst & Young is doing for US advisors. So you see the slide that I put now. It's about training that will be advanced training that now you can attend and will be launched in 2013. So advanced training 2013 will be all in English. I guess some of you already applied for some advanced training. If you haven't done it, just contact your Eures training coordinator in your country and see if you can have information on it. You see, these trainings last 3 days, and there are 25 participants training. We are training on multicultural issues. We are training on key skills for dealing with Eures stakeholders, services to employers. Beatrice, for answering to Beatrice, yes, you can apply and write in the chat. And I write also to contact Eures training coordinator, so she can also read it. Okay, yes, great. So you see the duration is 3 days, and these are the trainings that we organize from January until June. So after that period, there will be the new provider. We have applied for being a new provider for the next 4 years. So we cross our fingers that we can provide you the training also for the next 4 years. But until now, we could schedule just the trainings until June 2013. Just to give you an overview of the trainings, this is when the trainings will be organized, so you know more or less the period. Once again, in order to apply, get in touch with your training coordinator and ask him okay, so Maria already sent the application for Social Security and Taxation. So you see all the training, okay? Perfect. So GET is advising you to attend the TSC for dealing with your stakeholders. We have been discussing this morning a lot about this, how to engage employers and how to contact stakeholders. We know that is also a very important point in the framework of the new guidelines, 2014-2020. So you see different period of the year when advanced training will be launched. So get in touch with the training coordinator regarding this from your country. And then I also want to give you the information. Yes, Beatrice, you can ask to Ana Margarida about your involvement in this. If you are not able to follow advanced training because of minor restrictions from your country and because of other different programs, because maybe in your country there are some advisors who are trained already, there is also a chance to attend virtual training this year because there will be 4 virtual training organized by Ernst & Young. So virtual training is something that you can follow with your computer at home. It is not a substitute of advanced training. It's just something that can give you an overview of some issues, and you can use this virtual training as a good starting point for attending then advanced training the year after, or for getting good practices and information and materials. So we have 2 virtual trainings on multicultural issues and practical tools for Eures actors in May, and structural social security and geographical job mobility in April. The call for applicants for virtual training will be open most probably in December. You will be contacted by your training coordinator regarding this, and she or he will give you all the information regarding how to apply also for virtual training. The procedure is faster than applying for advanced training. Everything anyway this year has been done via internet, so you don't have to fill in any paper. It's just a matter of filling in an application form online, and you can apply for the training. This virtual training is very good for people who don't have much time, and they can follow the training at any time during the month in which the training is open. And you can download many materials. There are interactive sessions, games. For example, this training called Practical Tools for Eures Actors has been appreciated by Eures advisors because they have the chance for downloading, for example, materials that they can use in their daily work. An important thing is that virtual training is open also for line manager and Eures assistant. So you can ask your training coordinator to involve also a line manager and Eures assistant in virtual training. This means that they are more engaged in Eures activities in this way, and we can open the Eures network a bit more to these people. I hope this can be a useful tool also for you to get Eures known also outside the network of Eures advisors. It's just for helping line manager to get more involved in Eures. So now for answering to Maria's question, No cross-border training plan at this point, because we are in a phase where the European Commission is changing contractor, so most probably the new contractor will publish information about cross-border training before end of June 2013. So towards your training coordinator, you will have information also about cross-border training. I don't know if you have any other questions regarding training. So you saw there are still places for advanced training and for virtual training for you. There are always places for virtual training, but if you are not selected for virtual training, you can, for advanced training, you can apply for virtual training and attend it before attending the advanced training the year after. Any question from you? If not, I just want to thank all of you for participating in this virtual classroom. We know that there have been some, thanks for your applause. We know that there have been some technical problems. We are trying to be in the future together with the Commission and to use these tools, because the future, when these tools will be available in every country without a connection problem and everything, they will help us to save a lot of money of taxpayers, and we will increase cooperation between the Eures advisors. You know that you can write also to Christoph Gedanke, which is responsible for using this tool for Illuminate, and to the Eures help desk. If you want to use this tool in your country and you want to, for example, do a webinar together with other Eures advisors so that you can chat with them. I give the floor to Gert. I see that he is writing something, but I think if you want just to say goodbye to people, Gert, I'll just give you the microphone. And so,
yeah, I want to say thanks for you for your participation in this training session, and I want to wish you a lot of success with your job of Eures advisor. I know that the coming months will be a little bit, how to say, difficult, uncertain, because we are going through a transitional period where the Eures is moved to the European Social Fund. I know that some of you have some doubts, have some questions, are insecure about it, but I can tell you it will be work fine out at the end. It's just perhaps the transitional period which will be a little bit difficult, but we will go through it, and I think ESF will offer us much more possibilities. I don't think, I'm sure it will offer us much more possibilities. So thanks once more, and success with your job. Bye.
Thanks, Gert. One more people are happy with that. Just one more thing, little one. And then I will send you in the few next minutes satisfaction questionnaire regarding this virtual classroom. We kindly ask you to fill it in and send it back to us, because we want to improve this tool. And last but not least, we will put the recording of this session online on LMS portal. You will receive all the information via email in the forthcoming days, so you will be able to go through what we said today on a video, and we will also give the possibility to people who could not attend the virtual classroom to see the outcomes of it. So thanks to all of you, thanks to our Catherine.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice day.
Enjoy your lunch. Buon appetito, as you say in Italy, with some pasta and pizza. And hope to see you soon around Europe.